We're back for the second community replay of the day. It is, of course, Michael Phoenix, joined by Mr. John XFi. And John, second game of the day. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good, Mike. Weather's holding up. Not much really to say. That last game was pretty exciting. Hopefully this one's exciting as well.
Oh, absolutely. We'll find out very soon. There are some interesting hero choices, to say the least. So it should be entertaining at the very least. But, well, you were talking to me about starting items again, John. What's the problem? What's going on now?
I mean, I just take a look at the offlaners, right? And I see their items start. The first issue I have is with ZXZ's starting. Oh my god, it's a Filipino stack. Please send help. Send help. Send me some help right now. No, I'm kidding. I'm Filipino too. It's fine. It's fine. I'm Filipino too. I can make fun of our people. The Underlord starts with 1 tango, 2 mangoes. Might be a bonus here. I'm not sure when this was taken, but 2 gauntlets of strength. It's really lacking a bit in the regen. You'd want at least 2 sets of tangos, or 1 set of tango and salve at very least for the offlane. Then you go to the Luna. Her starting item is the Wand Rush. I'm not sure why. This one I just can't explain.
Well, we've got to hold it there, John. Top lane right now. ZX is actually in a lot of trouble. They do not have Glimpse available, but one more hit.
What?
Oh, no.
What? No. Oh my goodness.
They couldn't find the kill, John. I mean, they must have known how low he was. That would have been deserving for a tower dive, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, Rubik was right there. All he needed to do was commit and take a couple of tower hits for first blood. But he doesn't, and... Well, no, looks like Disruptor might be able to get the glimpse. The Thunderstrike? No. ZXZ is now absolutely zoned out.
He is zoned out.
Carries over Salve.
I mean, well, at the least top bot lane, John. It looks like Enjoy is in trouble on that Nyx Assassin, and he should really end up dropping here to the supports of the Radiant, and he does. And well, it should have been a first blood to the Dire, but it goes the other way. It's the first blood to the Radiant. And mind you, they had a safer time of doing things, but that's going to cost the Dire a lot in the early stages of the game. It should really not have gone that way.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what's going on here. Next level 1 Spike Carapace.
I mean, your recommendation would have been the Impale or the...
Yeah, definitely the Impale. You could at least use it to steal out the ranged creep if you're desperate, but the Spike Carapace doesn't do anything for you in this initial wave.
Well, top lane, Zayax will end up dropping as well. But back to what you were saying, I do agree. The Spike Carapace is a very strange decision. Luckily for him, though, the creeps have been pushed into his tower. Although it looks like they're willing to dive for this anyway. Enjoy in trouble again. He cops one of the Lucent Beams. Now the Spike Carapace actually probably saving him, because they did actually connect the Shackles, but Spike Carapace was just in the nick of time before the Shackles connected. So we'll play to Enjoy for that. And he does manage to reach that level 2 mark where he will have the Impale available to him now. It's still a very hard lane for a Nyx Assassin, though. I mean, against a tri-lane like that, where they're going to constantly be, being aggressive towards you, I don't know how much Enjoy can get out of this.
Yeah, it's definitely a very hard lane for the Nyx. I think that's one of the reasons why he's kind of faded out in the off lane. He just doesn't hold it as well as he used to with the PMS.
Well, top lane again. SP7 makes the charge. They are going after the Underlord, and Zayax, he could be in trouble for a 3rd time this round. They can't exactly find the kill. He is a bit too tanky with that Thunderstrike, actually. It will not tick him out. It gets him pretty darn close to dying, though. He survives with 55 HP. And so both, again, as we've seen many times, both off lanes are having a hell of a bad time. In fact, Zayax is completely out of regen, apart from those mango regens that he has. So, it is kind of like you said, he needed a bit more. He's only at level 2 right now, and he's going to struggle a lot like this. Meanwhile, the bot lane again, Enjoy is in trouble. Izuku, oh, he gets caught out by the cold feet just on the edge, and now with the Shackles, they can't find this kill. The Spike Carapace is there, but now they will continue going. The Lucent Beam actually completely misses the Nyx, and now Dota Sucks might be in trouble, and well, I can see why he has that name, John. He probably thinks Dota sucks right now. He's being chased down as well. They have everything available to get Izuku, but he is TPing out, and he should be able to get out of this one, and he does. The Impale was there, but it was too late. And with that, we sit at a 1-2, sub 4 minutes in. It looks like Zayax is back in the top lane as well, and he actually brought 2 salves with him on that Underlord, so he will be able to sustain a lot longer. Not to mention the fact as well that he's against the Sven alone. So he's not going to have too much trouble in this lane any longer. But still, for the Dire side, I can't say the same thing. Enjoy, probably not going to have the greatest time in the world. In fact, he might actually, because all the supports have rotated from the Radiant side to the Dire side, and now Washing's in trouble. He will cop the shackles, the cold feet as well. He's in a lot of trouble here in Washing. He is going to end up dropping. That Sven, who does require some farm to really get online. You know, he can't afford to die like that a couple more times, because it's going to slow him down a lot.
Yeah, it definitely will. I feel like these lane corrections are just a tad too late. I feel just a tad. The Nyx Assassin does not play well with a level disadvantage, I have to say. As a hero, you definitely want to get your 6 fast, which means you want to be ahead. So these corrections are just a bit too late to balance out your offlane, and I think it's a bit too late to balance out the safe lane up top as well.
Well, through all that, mid lane is in trouble now. They have the shackles, the cold feet as well. I swear we've casted this morph before. Kim the Mango. It rings a bell, John.
You know what? Funny enough, it does. I honestly couldn't tell you. We've gone through quite a few, so.
We casted a Queen of Pain with a similar name. Now, I'm not sure if this is coincidence and they're actually the same people, but that would be pretty funny if it was. Bot lane, though, is where I'm watching right now, where Nib has actually gone way too far. Cops the Impale as well. He's trying to bait this out, it looks like, but the Spike Carapace saves Enjoy for the moment, and in fact, the Lucent Beam comes in just in time. Now the Salve as well, who will actually bait all this out and save himself in the end as well, and Cam, he ends up going down, and what a double kill to pick up. That looked really strange from the Luna. She was running towards the opposing tower for no reason at low HP, but it turns out she had a reason.
Yeah, the Ancient Apparition was right there for the follow-up. Really saved it. Really turned that team fight around for them. Though it does look like he will sacrifice his life.
Yeah, and Kim's going to enjoy that. A nice rotation from the Morphling to find that pickup for himself. But he won't mind too much. I mean, giving a double kill to your Luna is always very, very good news as a support. And, well, Nib will just go straight back to that lane and start farming. Although this time around, he may be the one getting ganked because Enjoy's there with Cam. But it appears they can't really do much about this Luna. Meanwhile, top lane, SB currently getting chased down. But he will be able to walk this one off. Dodo sucks. Not having a great game, but not the worst as well. And while we're waiting, John, mid lane. We haven't talked about this quite yet, but RTX up against Kim. The OD versus the Morphling. Not something you see too often. Who comes out on top in this lane?
I think it definitely comes up to the OD, which we're seeing right here. You can pretty much harass safely with Arcane Orb, although the Morphling does do a decent amount of damage with Adaptive Strike. But you should be able to kind of weather it out, just harassing out with Arcane Orb. Even I think Astral would be okay if you maxed it out first, but probably best to go Arcane Orb when you can. So it should be okay for him. Morphling also doesn't have too great of in scaling. You could probably blow him up with enough stacks.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. And he has leveled up a quick Sanity's Eclipse. Like, usually you don't level up this fast. In fact, top lane, actually. Zayax in a lot of trouble right now. He should end up dropping to this. Although he's still surviving. And now the shackles coming from Izuku. He will save the day. The salve is up for Zayax. And now SP's the one in trouble. A lot of right-click damage from Izuku. He gets the Ether Shock as well. Now Washer wants to go in and avenge his ally, but he has to back off. He's got no mana available for the stun. He didn't have a Mango sitting on him either, so he couldn't really commit to that. And well, they probably think Zayax is gone, but he's going to be perfectly fine. He'll return to the lane. Thanks to Izuku and John, that was a beautiful rotation from the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, that's a really good save from the Shadow Shaman. I feel like he could have gone for the Sven. The moment he popped the salve on the Shadow Shaman, Sven was kind of diving tower. He was right in range. I feel like he could have turned around immediately, shackled up. Then the one dire side creep would have died. He would have tanked a couple of tower hits, and that might have been enough if he opted for that. But he didn't, and well, it's a missed opportunity. One
It
thing I
is
want to
indeed.
mention, Mike, is that the Underlord's build is rather unconventional. 1 point in Firestorm, 2 points in Pit, 3 points in Aura.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
getting
this
ganked
is
up.
really odd.
It is really odd, John. He's getting ganked up right now. The God Strength was committed by Washin. They are continuing to chase the Firestorm as again. This is not looking very good for this Underlord, and Zayax will have to drop for this. The right clicks from the Sven being way too much to handle. But John, like you were saying, his skill build is very, very strange.
I don't think it's worthwhile going this kind of build, especially a support. You really need your points in Firestorm. Maybe you could go 3-1-1. I can kind of justify that, although the ideal is really 3-0-2 and 3-0-3 or 4-0-3 by level 7. It's really just so you can get some gold going for yourself, get fast mech or pipe or vanguard, whatever your team needs, and really pressure that safe lane. With this kind of build, you're really not applying too much pressure. Level 1 Firestorm tickles. It really doesn't do too much.
Well, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, why did he go for that? You can't even, like, you can't force out the enemy carry. You can't farm properly from a distance with the level 1 Firestorm. You can't do anything with it. It's very concerning from Zayax to go for that build. And, you know, a Trophy Aura is nice, but isn't it, you know, generally speaking, you go for, like, a level 2 in that, and then you leave it be for the moment?
Yeah, for the most part, you do leave it to level 2. If you don't need the added control of Pit, which is very rare, Pit's a really good follow-up disable, but if you don't need it, if your team has enough control, you can kind of just leave it at 1 level. But going for this weird hybrid skilling is really, really strange. It's gonna slow him down for sure.
Yeah. And it already has, we can see that, but while we were talking about that bot lane, Nib, he ends up finding another pick off onto the Nyx Assassin, who is struggling quite a lot. Now they're going again onto Zayax. He is in trouble. Can they get him though? The Firestorm dealing some damage, but God Strength is up again. Washin, he is getting low, but not dangerously low. They're going to continue the chase, and Zayax should drop, and he will. Washin will pick up another one for himself. And at this point, the Sven is getting way too much in this lane. He is pretty much on par with the Luna's farm. And, well, both off lanes of the team haven't done a great job. They've both died 3 times, but more importantly, they have not shut down the opposing carry at all.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. The Nyx Assassin isn't level 6 yet either. It's gonna take the next wave for him to get that, which is a bit of a problem. You, as I mentioned, you want to have a fast level 6 as Nyx. This is not the fastest time in the world. Granted, once that 6 is up, he's gonna have so much presence in the game. The Radiant will be forced to invest in sentries when they probably wouldn't want to, really. And there's an OD on the opposite team who maxed Arcane Orb, so Mana Burn will do a lot of work once you have a bit more in it, and it's going to be really hard to deal with the Nyx once he hits 6 and starts roaming around.
Absolutely. Joy, he does hit it now, but he might end up dropping again. The Spike Carapace does come out, and there's no mana available on Nib. He did have a Mango, but unless Enjoy plans to reveal himself from that Vendetta, there will be no further kills going on. Mid lane as well. I mean, we haven't talked too much about the OD and Morph, but both appear to be getting somewhat decent farm, but there is a matter of, you know, the OD being about 600 gold ahead, in fact 700 now. And so Kim has struggled somewhat in this lane. There will be a rotation in the mid from the Shadow Shaman, who actually, John, went for a weird skill build. 2-1-3.
At 6, not having Serpent Wards, that's a really big mistake. I mean, they could have taken mid tower by now if he just commits wards. But instead, he goes for a bit more control. It's really not worthwhile. As Shaman, once you hit 6, you take a tower.
Yeah.
And that's all you do.
Well,
And
Go on.
Delaying it this long is just really not worthwhile. It takes a while to get your level 7. So you're delaying it by maybe a minute, 2 minutes as a support. It's not, well.
And I think that's what it is, though. I think he may have just made a mistake and accidentally clicked on E rather than R, perhaps when going for a gank attempt. You could see in the mid lane, he wanted to go for that tower, but it's like you said, you don't have the wards. How the hell are you going to do it? Mind you, if he did have it, there's no way the Morphling's defending it against the wards. But now they've lost that opportunity to take that tier 1 tower, and I mean, ultimately, that can cost them a lot of momentum, a lot of map control. That mid tower is worth more than most other towers in that sense that it offers that, you know, it offers you to be able to go around the map a lot easier, especially when you're trying to gank. And speaking of gank right now, Enjoy could be in trouble. Shackles, not there. And even if he did, the Spike Carapace was there in time anyway to defend himself from that Shackles. So now you can see the Radiant side, even though they are ahead, the momentum's not there. And they're going to get chased down by enjoying that Vendetta. In fact, we do see Kim on the Morphling rotate around as well. They will go for the Shadow Shaman. He gets blown up immediately. The Cold Feet comes out, but it's not going to do much. Enjoy is still making a run for it. Now the Eclipse is available, but then again, Kim morphs himself into the Luna and throws a Lucent Beam back at her. And he actually can abuse the fact that the glaives are up on the Luna, and he can farm a lot faster like this. So, nice little play from Kim.
Yeah, an absolutely balanced hero.
Top lane as well. Look at Zayax. Look how low he is, but he still manages to run away. The right clicks on the Rubik does absolutely nothing to him. And he does manage to walk out of there alive and go use his shrine. Well, Zayax, he's had a rough game, to say the least. But it looks like he is getting to the point where he's starting to catch up a bit. He's going for that quick mech. You can't blame him. Obviously, it's a great item on the Undi. Bot lane, meanwhile, Enjoy in a bit of trouble with the Static Storm actually committed. It gets nobody, though. Now the Ice Blast comes in as well. And that will also connect on nobody. So the Radiant side will be aware that the Static Storm is no longer available. This may open up the map a bit more to them.
What I'm rather curious about is that they've been leaving Morphling alone for the most part. He's getting decent enough farm. You really want to keep him down though. Like, shut him down. The Sven is always going to be able to farm the jungle. You want to keep that Morphling slow down as much as possible. Trouble here for OD.
Yeah, he astrals himself, so he's delaying this, and he might be able to get out, but there is a double damage available on the Morph. Now the Eclipse comes in. It does a lot of damage. They will get Enjoy. But that'll be it, and well, in the back lines, look what Kim's doing. He still has the double damage. He'll go straight for the supports of the Radiant side. Though the Ice Blast does connect, he's in a bit of danger right now. He will be able to walk himself out safely, it appears. Meanwhile, top lane, Zayax being very aggressive, although here comes Washin to save the day, and he will do so. He'll find the kill onto Zayax. A nice attempt from the Underlord, but it wasn't nice enough. And he didn't really, you know, put into consideration that Washin actually has the Mask of Madness Blink Dagger now on the Sven. And that means that he can pretty much engage in any team fight he wants as the Sven.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for him to start fights. Ooh.
Did he blink out?
Yeah. Washing managed to blink out, but the Astral was on the Rubik anyway.
That's an interesting choice to make. Like, the Rubik's not going to mind dying for the sake of Washin, you know, being able to survive, but I suppose the blink was very quick. So perhaps the option wasn't there to Astral the actual carry of the Dire. Although here comes Enjoy. Vendetta up, the stun is there, and this OD, I don't know how he survives this one. The answer is he won't. Now it will be the AA that's in trouble. Dota sucks. Again, he's going to find out why it sucks. He probably will drop without finding a return kill, although Cambino in trouble right now. They will throw out the stun, and Washer will find himself a double. And Camtono, my apologies, will be able to walk off. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zayax is pushing the tier 2 tower. He will be able to walk out safely as well. But a lot of gold going to the way of the Dire once again. And in fact, Camtono still not walking back to the base yet. Looks like he wants to stick around for one more creep wave, but he'll probably have to get out of there before the Ice Blast gets thrown at him. In fact, where is this Ice Blast?
It's going up to Camtono.
The real question here, John, is how are these ancient players?
Are they ancient? I swear most of these games are actually legend games, Mike.
They're not, John. I've been checking.
This is ancient?
Yes. High
The
ancient.
last game was ancient as well?
Yes. Enjoy mid lane. They're going to find the OD. Now, I'm not shit-talking all these players, because a lot of them are doing fantastic things that I probably couldn't do, John. But I feel like as a disruptor on literally 100 HP, you'd probably be aware that the opposing team has an ultimate that can be globally thrown at you. And if you stand still, it's probably going to hit you and kill you.
Yeah, maybe, Mike, maybe. I don't know. No. Hey, why would you throw it at me? I'm just a disruptor.
Well, back to it, John. Luna, top of the net worth right now. She has been doing a great job on the side of the Radiant. That being said, the Dire aren't doing the worst job themselves. And in fact, Kim looks like he wants to make a chase onto the Luna, but he will let it go for the moment. There is a loop around though. The smoke. They will spot Nib out. He doesn't react fast enough and he's going down. A beautiful rotation to take out the most valuable player on the map. And with that, it looks like Washin will probably overtake the net worth graph very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely so. And they should be able to take out this tier 1 bot. And it looks like they will. Going back to our Shadow Shaman, he does have the wards up. I don't think he's used it yet. Which is really a shame. We want to make use of that thing.
Top lane as well. SP7 ends up getting dropped. And the side of the Radiant, I mean, they're not looking too healthy. They lose a tier 1. Top lane though, they are making the push. Nobody's quite there to defend it yet. So it does feel like they have free reign to just drop the Serpent Wards and take the tier 1 safely. And they will do so. And I mean, the defense is not coming. They've got this easy. Which is somewhat concerning. Because it feels like it's not a hard defense to make, but the Dire don't want to do it. They let it go.
I think that's fair. It looks like they did have TPs up. But, I don't know, it doesn't seem like they want to take it, although they do have a couple of heroes in the area. But Underlord just gonna ult them back to base, and nothing lost.
Yeah, it's a smart play. Just get them the hell out of there. Dodo Sucks accidentally uses a dust in the base. Not very good news for him, but we'll pretend like we didn't see that, John.
Absolutely.
Toss just actually points out a nice little thing for us. The BKB is up on Luna. She's been farming fantastic. Mask of Madness BKB Dragonlance is ready to go. And that being said, it's also a 10 seconds, so she just picked it up. Can they find some team fight to go on? Izuku, what fast reactions were those? It was due to the Sentry Ward. And Enjoy will get ripped apart. And now they're looking for even more. They probably won't find it though. Kim is out of there immediately on the Morphling. Still, I guess the Nyx Assassin overall doesn't mind dying too much because, you know, it tends to happen at this stage of the game where you're a Nyx Assassin, there's wards around the map, you're trying to scout, maybe find a pick off and you end up dropping. But you'd prefer to die in a position for Nyx, not an off-lane Nyx.
Yeah, absolutely. It slows down your blink, it slows down whatever items you want. He's going for the Aether Lens first, which is okay. Since the Sven has the blink anyway, I feel that it's kind of alright to do that. But for the most part, you do want a blink on the Nyx pretty soon. Your stun is just too good, your control is too good. You blink in, you spike, wait for them to be unstunned. I mean, you blink in, you impaled, and after a while you spike, and it's pretty much an easy kill.
Well, top lane. Wash did make a jump in. He's frozen to place. He's dealing a lot of damage, but he's still not dead through all this. Now, here comes the OD. Washin, he gets taken down. SP7, he'll be the next target. He can't, in fact, no, he can't get Izuku. The Hex was there just before the right click. And everyone will walk off safely from the side of the Radiant, apart from the Underlord. They will even deny that tier 1 tower. That's a lot of gold that goes to waste for the side of the Dire. And with that, the OD will get that Blink Dagger finally. Let me tell you, John, when you're at this point as the OD, where you've got the 4-star blink, you're a very happy man. You can pretty much team fight, honestly, for the rest of the game like this. Although, Kim, look at this. He replicates, and he'll start Arcane Orbing the actual OD. And that's pretty darn hilarious to watch, because he's not actually losing any int. Now the glimpse, who was it on? They were making a chase. It looks like Nib was actually making that chase. And Kim, well, the replicate about to wear off. He will wave out of there. Now the Eclipse. Well, it hits once at least. Kim trying to back off. Now they actually stole the Eclipse, the Rubik, but the BKB was committed for this. SP7 still trying to make a run. Oh, here comes Washin. They didn't get the Rubik either, Nib. He's trying to make a run for it. The adaptive strike, it is on strength as well. He gets stunned up, he gets taken down. What a beautiful play coming out from the Rubik. Now Izuku trying to make a run for it from Enjoy, but I don't see him getting out of this one. The Mana Burn is available. The Urn is also there. Speaking of, Dota Sucks also goes down and Enjoy goes down. 4 down for the side of the Radiant. And if you don't mind explaining to me, John, what was with that Eclipse?
I don't know. I wish I could explain that one, but I really can't. He TP's in. Maybe the Shadow Shaman was close by, but then got glimpsed back by the Disruptor. That's the only explanation I can think of.
We'll accept that explanation, John, I suppose. Camtono almost goes down to the OD Arcane Orbs. Joy. Be up to. Finds AX, but not a really solo pick-off target he can grab. Oh, now RTX. Do they know he's there? No, they do not. There's no sentries around. To Enjoy, we'll be able to scout them freely. He's got no help though, so he can't really go for this, can he? He's gonna try. The Ice Blast comes in. Mana Burn's back up. Now with the Spike Carapace. Oh, the Hex! Every time Izuku manages to find it while it's mid-animation, that Mana Burn would have taken the OD out, but a nice play and nice rotations from the supports of the Radiant saved the day for RTX.
Yeah, it's definitely really good play from Izuku so far. Always on point with those hexes. It would have been very bad to lose the OD there again. He really needs to accelerate his farm, but he's behind even the Underlord. That's not a good sign.
No. No, it really is not. And the OD is still strong with what he has, but it's like you mentioned, like perhaps he's probably going to need a BKB at this point. He's nowhere near getting one. In fact, he's going for a Hurricane Pike still. And I don't know about this choice right now, personally. But we have to watch the Roche Pit for the time being. They know Roshan's been taken. Here comes Washin. He'll go in. There's a stun. He's ripping them apart with that cleave. The Aegis on the deck as well, and he takes it. It's on the deck. Oh, he has no items! He didn't clear a space. It was too late. He gets the Aegis, but is it really worth it? Oh, and it's a full team wipe. Kim was in the backlines taking everyone out, John. Is that what you would do if you were the captain, John? Would you instruct your team to go in and try and take the Aegis?
Nope, not after you lose 2 of course already, and the Sven's already popped his God Strength. You are not getting out there without a BKB. And he just falls. He goes in, he takes away the Aegis at the very least, but with a full team wipe, they're going to lose a set of racks.
Yeah. This is going to hurt quite a lot. Washin is hitting really hard. He's got a 10-second BKB, so he can go for a fight. He doesn't have God Strength available for another 20 seconds. Is that going to bother him enough? Nice blink dodge on the Ice Blast. Now, with that adaptive and the actual Ethereal Blade on Kim, he's doing so much damage. They want to back off, though. I don't know if this is necessary. He's got God Strength in 5 seconds. With a 10-second BKB reveal, they are sticking around somewhat. SP70 cancels the TP. They're going to go back in. You can see it right now, but can they get the stun they want? Enjoy is trying to scout him out. Here we go, Washin. He'll try to stun the Luna, but the BKB was there in time. Now they'll go onto the Underlord. Zayax, massive trouble. He'll get glimpsed back and will get taken down, but that'll be it. Actually, not quite yet. Enjoy almost drops himself. Kim is still around. The Ethereal Blade, though, is on cooldown. And yeah, they'll back off safely. They got the tier 3 tower, but it's not worth losing their lives you know, at the risk of not even getting the racks at this point, they do back off safely. And you know what, John? I do think that might have been the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, the moment they already backed off, there was no way they were going to go back to that high ground. They managed to get 1 kill, which is nice, and then they go back safely, which is, it's alright. They could have gotten a bit more if they just really pushed their advantage and just zoned out the Radiant a bit longer. They could have at least gotten the range racks, maybe even immediately if they managed to get a couple of pickoffs. But, well, you know, what can you do? Certain decisions were made, and, well, they still don't lose anything, so it's perfectly fine.
Speaking of decisions, John, Camtono was in some massive trouble. Actually, RTX managed to find him. However, he did have to commit the Static Storm to survive, and so Camtono gets out. At the very least, the Static Storm was committed, but the OD probably still not going to be very happy about this. He's kind of depending on these kind of kills to get the farm up a bit. Well, he has changed his mind, and he is going for a BKB now, which I think is the right decision. They've actually found Washin at the bot shrine. Can they take him out, though? He BKBs up, God Strength as well. They're going to go take out the Shaman immediately. And Washin, he's just trying to back off safely for the moment. He'll find Dodo Sucks, though. He'll take down the supports, it looks like. Can he find the right click? No, he cannot. The Pit of Malice a bit too late from Kim. And with that, can he get out of this one? Ice Blast. It will whiff completely. Firestorm comes in with the Pit of Malice. Kim, he cops the sanities. He's copping everything right now, but he's still alive. Meanwhile, on the backlines, Dodo Sucks goes down. This Morphling, though, needs some help, and they're not helping him out fast enough, John. He gets taken down. Now Enjoy comes in, but this is a bit late, although he does have a Spirit Siphon. They will get the Astral off, and, well, SP will end up dropping. Now the OD. Oh, triple stun as well from Enjoy. He takes down the OD again. Camtono, meanwhile, trying to back off. That Spirit Vessel is doing a lot of work for this Nyx Assassin right now. He will back off in that Vendetta. Can he help out this support Disruptor? He might even go for a kill onto Luna. Vendetta, stun as well. Pit of Malice is there. Enjoy. Spike Carapace just in time again. He seems to be very good at timing that. And he wants to keep going with that Spirit Vessel. It does a lot of damage. The Glimpse back as well. Can they get the stun? The Static Storm's there, and this is beautifully played by the supports of the side of the Dire. They find a fantastic kill, and Enjoy walks out safely again. They lose the Disruptor. In fact, no, they haven't quite yet. He's still walking off with the Glimmer Cape. The Ether Shock is there. He will drop finally. But for a Luna kill, that is well worth it.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Look at Washin. He's trying to bait out another attempt at his life. Looks like they won't go for it. John, Enjoy. He's doing a lot of work on this Nyx Assassin.
It definitely is. Pretty decent timing on the Spirit Vessel. Well, I'm not sure about the Spirit Vessel, but he got decent timing in his urn, got his Aether Lens fast. I'm sure at this point, with Spirit Vessel up, you're gonna go for your Blink Dagger. So it should be really good once that's up. Really can close the gap and go for more of those kind of kills.
Well, it looks like Washington just got Dodo Sucks. Now RTX. Might get caught out. Does he? No, he does not. And they find him as well with SP7 coming in. An easy kill onto the OD. And again, he's had a rough time. SP7. Got an Astral Imprisonment for himself now. Which is nice. Looks like they'll go for the tier 2 top tower. And it should be relatively easy to take with Kim. Although, does he want to take it? Yes, he does. It's a very fast tower as well. And with that, are they going for more? What has he stolen this time? He's got the Lucent Beam. Probably one of the Eclipse, but nevertheless, it's still a decent skill to have. Hit of Malice, stopping them in their tracks. Ice Blast as well coming out. This might make them back off a bit. Although Kim, he gets caught out with the shackles actually, and he goes down. Enjoy had a beautiful stun, and he will find a return kill onto ZX, but it doesn't feel like enough right now, and they will have to get the hell out of there immediately. Well, look at this. Enjoy again. Playing around with them. He never seems to back off. And so they assume the Nyx is gone, but he really isn't, and they want Nib again. Where's this Hex I hear? It is at the bot lane, and top lane I mean. Izuku, he's going to get taken down by Washin. Meanwhile, the mid lane, they've caught up the Luna with the Static Storm, and she can't do anything about it. Now the BKB finally comes out, but Washin's making the chase. The Blink is not available quite yet. Dodo sucks meanwhile trying to make a run for it. Here comes the OD with the Astral. And Washin, he will back off. Probably not at the stage yet where he can dive a fountain, which is fair enough. But a tier 3, maybe. In fact, no, they won't go for it. They'll back off to the bot lane, where there is still a tier 2 sitting there waiting to be taken.
Yeah, it's fair enough to play a bit safer. The OD still has his ultimate, the Eclipse is still up on Luna, and Morphline's still coming back up. So, you know, once Morph's up, it should be fairly safe to go ham again. I feel like the Morphling probably wants to get a BKB. Just because AA really screws him over. Once that links, it's not even linked, it's a Scotty. Once that, I feel like that's a bit greedy, but he's so far ahead, it's okay. But I feel like a Linkens would save him more, simply because he gets screwed over by Hex and Shackle. Oh, he does have a Linkens, okay. So he's going for the Scotty. He probably needs a BKB after.
Oh. I can't disagree with you there. I mean, that Ice Blast is very painful to go up against and very dangerous for a Morphling who needs to strength Morph, you know, at times. Nevertheless, bot lane being pushed in right now. Washin doesn't want to waste any time. His team isn't really with him though, but they did just shrine up and they're moving their way down. The only one that is missing is Enjoy. He can, however, get that added movement speed from the Vendetta and just walk his way down. It looks like he just wants to finish his Aeon Disc before they engage in anything. Which is absolutely fair enough. He's only... well, he's got it fully now. Who's he actually chasing? He's found the AA. But the AA does manage to run off. Now bot lane. Nice double stun comes out from Washin. He wants to go, but there's the Hex and the Shackles. This could be bad. The Eclipse as well, but the Static Storm comes out, but the BKB's already committed. Now Nib trying to man fight, but you don't man fight a Sven like that. Oh no. Bot lane. They will continue the push. There is actually no buyback on the Luna. Sanity's Eclipse is also still up. He did not commit it. And now Washin jumps back in again. Nice Pit of Malice that was stolen from the Rubik. And now look at this. They're getting ripped apart. Dodo goes down. Zayex is the next target. It looks like Izuku is trying to hold this Sven into place and take him down with the wards. But he might just get right-clicked. In fact, no. He finds the return kill. He's got to be careful of Kim, though. What will Kim do? He doesn't turn around quite yet. The Hex is there. Now the Shackles as well as the Cold Feet. He's been strength morphing this whole time though. And he does manage to back off. It probably would have helped quite a lot if Enjoy was there with them on the next assassin to help out. Unfortunately for the side of the Dire it wasn't. But fortunately for the side of the Radiant, he was.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate that, well, you know, it's just rather... It's I'd say, bad decision to be split pushing top as Nyx. I mean, you're not gonna be able to chip that tower away. You've already got the items you want, and that lane is gonna be pressured anyway because it's shoved in a while ago. He probably should have joined his team at bot. If they had the additional stun and control that the Nyx has in that team fight, they could have gotten the team wipe and maybe taken another tier 3 and transitioned to mid after. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Enjoy now. Being pinged out at the top lane. They want to go for this gank on the Nyx. And well, the Hex was actually on a creep. They do have the Astral though, but the Vendetta immediately coming out, and that's a massive mistake to make. That Hex would have guaranteed the kill on the Nyx assassin. And now look at this. Enjoy goes straight back in. That mana burn does so much damage to the OD. He will back off. But my god. That could have changed the game, honestly. That Nyx assassin dying there. With that Hex, if it hadn't missed. Now Camtono does get caught out. Although Kim is around the area. And he's going to blow up the OD. But the BKB has been forced. At the very least, they will get that. Astral was stolen by the Rubik. How the hell do you engage on this team right now? We're about to find out. In fact, they go for a smoke. Their Nyx Assassin still isn't with them, though. Enjoy is still farming the top lane right now. So it appears that the whole Dire side isn't really working together or communicating properly about what they're trying to do. And it's not like Enjoy has a fast way to get down there. It's going to take him a while. He picks up the Blink Dagger, but what the hell does it matter if your whole team wants to push?
Yeah, it's really rather curious. He is heading down now, I hope. I hope he is. He is. So they're going to have the 5 heroes up, down at the bot, and they should be able to push in.
Well, they've already jumped in. OD in massive trouble, and now the Astral from the Rubik to take him out, and he does end up dropping. Now Nib going to the front lines. There's the Hex. It is onto the Nyx Assassin, but the Pit of Malice coming in. Kim, he actually turned into Underlord for a moment. And although no kills are going out, well, nice Static Storm. It's onto 2. There's no follow-up here, which there really should be. The wards are stolen as well from the Rubik, and that's an Aghanim Scepter Serpent ward. This could be all over. Kim goes in, he gets a kill, so does Enjoy. And I think that might be it. There's no buybacks available.
Yeah, it does look like they are going to lose 2 set racks, and they could probably force the endgame here. Just shove the T4 straight in.
Well, Kim's hitting very, very hard, as well as Washin. Although there's no God Strength available. Well, they're going to find Underlord. He is tanky, but not that tanky. Nice Ice Blast comes in as well from Dota Sucks, but that's all it was. An Ice Blast in the end. And of course, as a standard pub game goes, John, they are asking to help report certain players. This is your country playing, by the way, isn't it? The Filipinos.
Yes. That's all Filipino. Basically, what our very mild-mannered Rubik is saying is Luna does not want to use her ultimate. She's scared. The Morphling is saying OD versus Morphling. The Morphling won. What is that? And just, the standard insults in Filipino. Just reminding us of the greatness of Southeast Asia's pub games. Really a pleasure playing with my countrymen. It's always fun. When I go on microphone, they never suspect me of being Filipino, which is nice, because they get to insult me, and they don't understand that I understand. So that's nice.
Well, John, I'm glad you're here. I mean, as the Filipino translator, it's something that's required, isn't it? The game of Dota, sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, finally, one of your abilities come in handy, John.
I wouldn't say that. It's pretty useless. Just like everything else, Mike.
Well, that will be the second cast for today. We'll be moving on to the third one very, very soon. Of course, again, we will have to shut off and restart the stream, unfortunately, and we'll be taking a 10-minute break. But we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment for the third cast of the day. See you guys very soon.